A federal judge, U.S. District Judge Cormac Carney, to be specific, has decided that California's death penalty is unconstitutional. And the reason why he finds it unconstitutional is because oftentimes people will be sentenced to the death penalty and then they'll never get executed. So let me give you his ruling in his words. He says California's death penalty system is so plagued by inordinate and unpredictable delay that the death sentence is actually carried out against only a trivial few of those sentenced to death. For all practical purposes, then, a sentence of death in California is a sentence of life imprisonment with the remote possibility of death, a sentence no rational legislature or jury could ever impose. And he considers this cruel and unusual punishment because for the inmate who actually ends up serving time, he or she is completely unaware as to whether or not they're going to get executed.
Yeah, and it creates this environment of constant stress and panic and in ways that he describes cruel and unusual punishment. Right. He's like, look, most of them stay in jail for their lives anyway. Just give them a life sentence instead of this constant, like, you're gonna die, no, you're not. You're about to die, no, ooh, another appeal, no, and it happens constantly over and over again. So, look, I think it's the right decision on a couple of fronts. You've heard me, if you watched the show a long time, know that I switched positions on the death penalty mainly because we were executing the wrong people. Mm-hmm. Bit of a problem, right?
We've exonerated 3 people in California since 1973.
Right. Okay, and across the country, dozens.
Yes.
Exonerated from death row. We're about to kill them, and then we're like, oops, you're the wrong guy. I mean, what more evidence do you need? Like, the people who are still pro-death penalty, you're fine with that? Like, well, okay, yeah, we kill a bunch of innocent people. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't understand that logic.
I don't understand it either.
Right.
But by the way, just to cite some evidence supporting the judge's ruling on this, it's incredible. 40% of California's 748 death row inmates have been there for more than 19 years.
Now, I remember from being on the pro-death penalty side that I'd get annoyed a little bit at the libs who would drag out the process so that it takes 19 years. Do you know how much it costs per execution in the state of California because of all the legal filings and everything? $308 million on each execution. That's insane. Based on that cost alone, if you're a conservative, you're anybody, you gotta be like, no, don't do that, that's crazy. But I remember thinking when I was on the other side, like, well, you're the guys who dragged it out, and then you complain that you got it dragged out. Right? Yeah. And you're the ones who wanted to spend all the money on appeal, and then you're complaining you were spending a lot of money on appeal. Yeah. So I get that complaint.
It's a little bit of an issue, though, Cenk, because I feel like if you do drag it out, though, you give more of an opportunity for organizations like the Innocence Project to go through the DNA evidence to exonerate these people. So there is an upside to it.
Unquestionably. And so I remember thinking that, and I think I am right about that, look, it is the appeals that are dragging out. We could do it much quicker and much cheaper. But it's a good thing we dragged it out. Otherwise, those dozens of people that were exonerated by the Innocence Project would now be dead when they were innocent. Yeah. So if we'd killed them much quicker and more efficiently, almost all of them would have died. Exactly. So thank God we dragged it out. Enough, man. Life sentence is a really, really harsh punishment. And there's no reason to have sympathy for these killers. Give them a life sentence and let's move on.